What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Ultra coming to you guys again with another rebuilding video. This time we're doing a small challenge here. I got this request from Chance the Rapper. He won 3 Grammys, guys. Alright, he put in a request to have a challenge. He gave me the team as well, Phoenix Suns. And I have to do a challenge where I have no player over 27. If I sign somebody before they turn 27 or trade for somebody before they turn 27, I can keep them on the team. But everybody else has to go. Luckily, this team's a little bit easy for that, but I'm going to consider Eric Bledsoe close enough to 27 that he has to go. Devin Booker is obviously going to stay. This is updated to when they have Josh Jackson too, and Josh Jackson is a beast, so I'm going to keep him. TJ Warren might go, so might Allen Williams. Tyson Chandler's obviously got to leave, and so does Jared Dudley. A lot of the pieces here aren't all that great. And by that I mean, like, there's some pretty bad dudes. Like Tyson Chandler's getting paid $13 million freaking dollars, but he's gonna be relatively easy for me to move. Dragon Bender has some relatively good value, but I don't want to keep him on the team. He has like 2.5 stars C, so it's pretty solid. And I could get some nice deals. I'm talking about Dwight Howard and Frank Kaminsky. That's a flat out upgrade in my opinion. I could get Steve Adams and Andre Roberson. I'm going to do this deal and take Dwight Howard and Frank Kaminsky, and then I'm going to flip Dwight Howard basically for anything I can do, because obviously I can't keep Dwight Howard. He's too old to have on this team. He's like 32 or something, and he's going to decline heavily, so I wouldn't want to keep him here anyways. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move Dwight Howard probably just by himself. The rest of the team is super young, and obviously I'm basically just going to try and build around Devin Booker and trying to make him kind of like the center of our team. Greg Monroe's there. Al Horford has better value, but I don't want to really give up. This one is a very nice deal. Hassan Whiteside, I think he's 27. Dang it, never mind. He's a little bit too old, so let me see instead if I can do a trade. If it doesn't pop up, then I'm just going to manually do it. We're going to go, once you guys see the team I go to, you'll understand. I'm going to go over to the Pistons here. Pistons, and we're going to pick up Andre Drummond. He's only 23 years old, so I'll give a Dwight Howard. Let's see if they want to do this. We have a lot of picks, actually, so I'm just going to give you 2 second rounders, 3 second rounders. Alright, I'm going to give you, like, all my seconds. Alright, so that's not going to work. Let me do this 2018, our 2018 pick I will give you. Alright, so a second rounder and a 2018 pick with Dwight Howard to basically pick up Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is super young, so he'll be a nice piece to have on the team. The next move is Eric Bledsoe. He's not 27 evidently, so technically I could keep him if I wanted to follow the rules, but he's going to be close enough. My batteries are about to die, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm going to move Eric Bledsoe because he's close enough to 27 that I'll consider it, because otherwise this would be a little bit too easy for this first season. Jamal Crawford. Dennis Schroeder is super young. Dion Waiters is super young. I could get Rudy Gobert. Hold up. I could get Rudy Gobert almost in a straight up deal. Like that's a really nice trade. Like I don't know if I could turn that down. I'm going to be real. Oh, CJ McCollum. Draymond Green I could pick up too. Oh my god, these trades are really good. I don't want to get rid of Tyler Ulis though, because he's a really nice backup point guard. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to field offers for Andre Drummond, and I want to see what I could grab for him. JJ Redick, Chris Middleton. Can I get a guard? Like a really nice guard. I want to pick up a solid one. Derrick Rose, Brook Lopez, Vujacic. Wilson Chandler. All these guys are way too young, or too old, not young. If they were young, then I wouldn't have a problem, but their ages are way too high. Steven Adams is nice. CJ McCollum, I could pick up CJ McCollum with Andre Drummond. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna I don't want Myers Leonard though. Oh, that's the only thing that's gonna make it work though. Alright, so you know what, we'll pick up, I'll take Myers Leonard's. Wait, can I just do this straight up? Frank Kaminsky for Myers Leonard. What if I do this and like I'll give you this first rounder? Jared Dudley for Evan Turner. Alright, you know what? I'll make that work because I want to keep Frank Kaminsky. So welcome to the team, CJ McCollum. And now I'm going to get rid of Eric Bledsoe for essentially Rudy Gobert, and that's going to be a nice upgrade in my opinion. We're not going to really have a starting point guard this season, but I can make it work. Bledsoe, please move. Alright, so Chris Middleton is going... Rudy Gobert, I can pick up Joe Johnson, but Joe Johnson is a little too old. I'm just going to do that just because we need to make it for the age. Rudy Gobert is only 24, so he's actually insanely young considering how good he is. He's a super, super good player. I want to see if I move CJ McCollum 6'4". I'm going to move Devin Booker actually to small forward. I'm going to have Devin Booker run the small forward position, and that should be nice enough for us for right now. TJ Warren is about to expire, so I'm going to field offers for him and potentially Joe Johnson. I'm actually going to do offers for TJ Warren and Joe Johnson, put them together because Joe Johnson's getting paid enough that it might make it work in terms of contract. So we're trying to get a guard now, a point guard, hopefully to be able to run that position on the starting lineup, but we need somebody who's not super old. That's not going to work out too well, so let's go for, we have to go by age, so the max age they can be is 27, and then I need a point guard. So there are some pretty young guys, but I'm not going to be able to pick up any of those guys. Can I trade for Kemba Walker? TJ Warren, obviously they're not going to value him that highly, but if I do these two, and then you give me your worst player in Treveon Graham, and then I will give you our 2017 unprotected first. I don't know why it's valued so highly, but it's not going to be worth that much considering our team is way better than it was. I don't even care, honestly. I give away the 2017 first rounder because we're not going to suck this season. Look at our team already. It's Kemba Walker, CJ McCollum, Devin Booker, and we have Marquise Chris, who's going to be the starting power forward, which isn't actually horrible. Then we have Rudy Gobert on as our center position. We have Josh Jackson, Frank Kaminsky, Allen Williams, who's a rebounding beast, if anybody doesn't know, Tyler Ulis, and then Brandon Knight. I'm actually going to move him to the shooting guard position. Yeah, I'm going to move him to the shooting guard position, and then he'll go up to a 75. So he's going to be the 10th man in the rotation, just so I could have a backup shooting guard for CJ McCollum. So let's go to the coaching lineup, and we're going to change that to 10 men. Earl Watson is not going to be our coach, so let me just fire him real quick for literally a freaking dumpster. I don't even oh, okay, click the wrong button. I'm going to fire him for like a toaster or like a piece of freaking bread. I don't even care. Kevin McHale, welcome to the team. For your offer, assistant coach, and I keep pressing the wrong button. Jesus. 2K, no, I'm just kidding. It's just my fault. We're going to take Ed Nelson, who's the best available. Head scout sucks as well. I do notice that when you have a pretty decent trainer, usually your players, if they have high potential, they'll go up pretty quickly. Assistant GM helps with trades, so I'm going to do Vincent, so it'll be easier to find trades. And then CFO, I always pick up Hamilton because I don't even know if it matters, but I do it anyways. And so that's going to be the team. Going to make sure it's a 10-man rotation so they don't get super exhausted by the end of the season. And I'm liking the look of this roster already. We're going to go to team training. And we're going to set this to team chem just to make sure that the team is set up. So we're at 9% chemistry. But I got the team to how I want it to look, at least for this first season. We're probably going to do actually a lot better than I expect. We might even make it playoffs. I'm thinking like a 6th or 5th seed. So I'm going to simulate all the way to the trade deadline. If I make any moves, you guys are going to see that. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end of season awards. But this team is already looking pretty nice considering the restrictions on age. I'll see you guys then. Holy crap. So I wasn't sure if this trade was going to go through. So I wasn't exactly recording it. But it did, and it's a massive trade. Let me just show you. So I did a trade to get Kristaps Porzingis basically on the team. I gave up Frank Kaminsky, Marquise Chris, a first rounder, Alex Len, Tyler Ulis, and a second rounder for Kristaps Porzingis. Welcome to the team, Porzingis. Because he's definitely within the age limitations. He's 21, so he's insanely young, and now we have an incredibly good power forward. But the bench kind of sucks. So it's not the worst thing that could happen, but Lance Thomas has got to go. I'm sorry, man, but Lance Thomas, I have to move him. Zubac. Wow, that was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Why is Zubac on the Bulls? I'm not going to ask any questions, but welcome to the team, Zubac. You'll be a nice center to come off the bench. The bench isn't horrible. I'm going to be honest. It's really not that bad. But Peters is gonna go. Brandon Knight, I can move him back to point guard if I really need. So that's not gonna be a problem for me. I'll do Peters and Derek Jones. Can I get a guard that is not 50 years old, preferably? Alex Yen, CJ Watson, DeAndre Liggins, too old. Joe Harris, too old. Joseph Young, not too old, but not that great either. Langston Galloway has, what's his 3-point shot? 84. It's not that bad. Doug McDermott. Nah. Adrian Payne, Mike Dunleavy, Wesley John. These are not that great of trades. So what about Peters in like 2 seconds? Can I get a guard, preferably that's not horrible? Malcolm Delaney is 27, but his 3-point isn't that great either. Kylo Quinn would be a nice center. That might actually work in my favor, because if I know that I can get Kylo Quinn with this, I could potentially move. Yes, Zaza, you're not getting any time with me. Zubac, I could potentially move Zubac if he gets better offers. Jordan Hill, Nick Collison, Dwayne Dedman. That's like a flat-out upgrade at center position too. But he's borderline age, so I'm not going to do that just because it doesn't seem. It would be a little too easy if I go for borderline ages as well. Devin Harris, Ron Baker, Jeff Withy, Luke Babbitt. None of these are really that great, so I might just leave it as is. So where is he? Brandon Knight. I'm just going to move him back to point guard position. Let me see. Derek Jones, he can't really play anything that's not shooting guard. Alec Peters goes up. If I move him to small forward, he actually goes up. Maybe that'll help me find a better deal, because I really do want another guard that'll be on the bench. Jose Calderon is 50 years old, so unfortunately that's not going to work out for me. Troy Daniels has an 86 open 3. Okay, so that might 50 years old as well. Tony Bradley, Kyle Quinn, DJ Augustin is not old, way too old. Darun Hillard, Montrezl Harrell isn't a horrible deal, but I think I'm gonna go for Troy Daniels. Welcome to the team, and he's going to be the shooting guard for like the 10th man in the rotation. So that should be good enough. Now let me make sure. Yep, he's inserted right there. So actually the bench isn't horrible. I'm not going to get Josh Jackson the starting minutes. However, I'm going to make sure that Devin Booker gets those. CJ needs 30 minutes as well. And we have Kristaps Porzingis at the power forward position now. So the team is looking good. Let's make sure nobody is super old. The oldest player we have is a 26-year-old Kemba Walker, but we got him before he turned 27, so we do get to keep him on the team. And so let us simulate the rest of the season. I needed to make sure that we got the best trades possible, and it worked out. We got Kristaps Porzingis on the team, so I'm thinking we did a nice finesse on the league here. Thank you, New York Knicks. You can continue sucking for the rest of the season, and we will hopefully make a run at the championship. So I'll see you guys then, where hopefully we can finish off as a top 5 seed. I'm not sure if we will, but I'll see you guys then. And here we are at the end of season awards, where Russell Westbrook is your MVP with 32 points, 13 boards, 12 assists, 1 steal. Markelle Fultz is your Rookie of the Year with 19.5 points, 7 assists, 2 steals. Josh Jackson, our very own, is 6th Man of the Year with 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, almost 2. And he shot 41% from the field. Not too bad for a rookie. Defensive player goes to Hassan Whiteside with his 17 boards, 3 blocks, and Jokic is your most improved player, as Steve Kerr wins Coach of the Year with a 62-20 record over with the Golden State Warriors. Do we have any Suns on an All-NBA team? Let's give it a look. Nothing. Defensive, maybe. Doesn't really look like it. But we should have a little buddy here on our rookie team. And Josh Jackson, there he is. He's a 79 overall now, so that is not too bad. Cannot complain. We were 49-33. We went on a 19-game win streak at the end of that season to make it as the 6th seed in the Western Conference. 2 games behind the Minnesota Timberwolves, 13 behind the Warriors. But we were only 5 behind the Cavs. Player stats on the season: CJ led us in scoring with 18 points and 5 assists. A steal from him too. Kemba had 16 and 8 with a steal. Devin Booker had 16 and 5 with a steal. Kristaps had 15 points, 8 boards, and 1 block. Josh Jackson, we already saw his stats, but Gobert had 10 points, 11 boards, and almost 3 blocks a game. Zubac had a nice 5 boards and 9 points, and Allen Williams had some 7 boards coming out of him with a block as well. So some nice stats, and defensively we played pretty solid, all things considered. Team is looking pretty hype. I like the look of this roster so far. Troy Daniels is cold. He's that's not allowed when you're only a 73. You cannot be cold, man. But we are up against the San Antonio Spurs. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna win this. Yep, Kawhi freaking Leonard. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat him. So you know what? I'm gonna take this game by game. We take the first game, and we take the second. We're up 3-0. If we sweep, I'm going to... Okay. Alright, 2K. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going to show you guys my sliders, just so you know I'm not freaking cheating. But everything is 50. Like, that's not even... I'm not even kidding. Everything's 50. But this is where we lose against James Harden and Chris Paul. Yep, they're up 2-0. They're up 3-0. Sweep us. Alright, cool. I was going to say this was going to be way too good to be true, but the game balanced itself out as Cavs actually go on to win the finals. As LeBron James is obviously your MVP, finals MVP, 21 points, 11 boards, 7.5 assists, 2 steals, and almost a block a game. It's actually kind of low considering what he usually does, but alright, let's go to league meetings, make sure nothing gets changed. Reject that. Reject that. Staff signings, let's see if Pop is available. No, Quinn Snyder is though, and I really like Quinn Snyder, so I'm actually gonna take him on the team. Quinn Snyder is probably one of my favorite coaches. Pop is my number one, so whenever Pop's available, I automatically basically go and assign him. But let us have to make sure, because the one thing, if you sign David Vincent as your assistant GM, if you simulate through them, he'll basically leave your team. So I always make sure that I do that real quick. So we're just gonna skip here to the draft. I'm gonna see if I can try. Let's see if we actually have any players really quickly though. So my controller died, but I fixed it. So what I'm gonna try and do is, we do have a lot of players, but we have a decent amount that are still on contract. But what I'm trying to do is, I want to see if I can get to like the 3rd pick in the draft. The Hawks have that. Who could I potentially give up for that 3rd pick? Could I give like Brandon Knight? I don't know if this will even work. Deontay Davis doesn't really have that much trade value, because I'm just trying to see if I can give up. No, that's not gonna work. Troy Daniels. That's not gonna work either. Maybe, because I'm trying to move into that position. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually try this. Kemba's getting paid not much, but CJ's getting paid a lot of money. I could probably move up and grab a little bit more out of them. Can I get Dennis Schroeder for this too? They want Josh Jackson. No thanks. But I will give you 2 seconds for this. I will still not give you Josh Jackson. I will, however, be willing to give you like, where is he? Troy Daniels. Not interested in this trade. All right, so maybe not Dennis Schroeder, but Tim Hardaway Jr. is expired, so obviously I can't trade for him. John Collins. You know what? Instead, just give me another pick, like this future 2018 pick, and I'll give you CJ McCollum. You're not going to get Josh Jackson for this, but I will give you Troy Daniels if you want. Actually, hold up. Alright, screw it. I will give you Brandon Knight to dump his $14 million contract, and then you can give me Etuan Moore. I'm going to probably have to trade him too, to be honest. Yeah, he's 28, so he does have to get traded. You gave me this offer already. I'll give you a second. Screw it. You want 2 seconds, and then you're going to be... Alright, whatever. I'll dump both those guys later. I did that because I really wanted to get into the trades. So I'm going to see you guys at rookie signings with who I take 3rd overall. I love 2K's broken trade simulation. The 3rd pick and Jared Dudley for essentially Mike Porter, and Tyson Chandler's gonna get dumped like a mean by like, oh man, I just can't turn down that amazing of a deal. That is the best player in the draft included, with basically just a dump of a contract, and I'm not going to keep Tyson Chandler anyways because he's not going to stay on this team. He's 1, too old, and 2, he's getting paid a lot of money, but he's the best player in the draft, hands down, in Mike Porter. So I'm obviously going to keep him on the team, and that's going to be extremely nice. I'm going to be able to, honestly, he can serve as a starting small forward, and I wouldn't have any issues, as we get to keep Mike freaking Porter. Welcome to the team. Let's go check the team player options. Is there anybody I don't want to extend one to? Yeah, Indoor, can you walk? He's not even a 70 overall. He's not worth my time. Qualifying offers. Let's see if we need to extend it to anybody. Trevion Graham, I'm not going to extend one to you. You are 66 overall, my dude. Unfortunately, you can please get the freak out of my face. My free agents, I don't know if there's anybody of significance in my free agents right now that would be entering free agency. Alan Williams, he's testing though. Indoor is a 60-8 overall, so he's not going to get a contract from me. But Paul George is available. We are short, but that's because I forgot we have some really bad contracts that I want to give up. So Tyson Chandler is going to leave. Etuan Moore is out of here. And that is basically it. I don't think there's anybody else that I really have to move. Everyone else is on a pretty good contract because most of them are super young. So we're just going to go to The Pacers might actually have some cap now that they don't have oh no, you know what, I'm just gonna give this to the Warriors. Warriors, give me that pick, and give me that pick. Oh, they can't afford it. Maybe the Pacers. Do the Pacers have cap now? I have no idea. Because this is the updated roster to the most current one, so I want to see the Pacers do. I will give you that. I will not be giving you Josh Jackson. Take a second though. Oh god, I accidentally cleared it instead of going to. Alright, you know what, I'll do it literally just for a second. Okay, Pacers. So Pacers, just give me that second rounder. There we go. So you have 2 bad contracts that I no longer have to worry about. So now we're looking at 39 mil in free cap space. So if Paul George wants to come here, I will happily accept him. And the Thunder, his #1 offer to sign him back. DeMarcus Cousins, if DeMarcus would come here, that would be pretty beastly actually. Yeah, and he's 26, so I can take him if he wants to come here, but we're not his #1 offer. God dang it. Isaiah Thomas, if he wants to come here, I can offer him a player option. I can't give him a no trade clause because I would have to move him, and we're his #1 offer. So that isn't a horrible thing, actually. We're not Blake Griffin's #1 offer. Most of these guys are a little bit too old. Joel Embiid, I wanted to see if we could maybe finesse him away from the 76ers. Sometimes if you offer him a contract early enough, they won't sign him. Maybe Jabari Parker, if I could do that to him too. That'd be kind of cool. So let's see if anybody signs with us the first day. DeMarcus Cousins goes back to the Pelicans. That's unfortunate, but we can't really do anything about it. Paul George is 27. You know, by rules, if he wants to come. Okay, Isaiah Thomas, welcome to the team. The 76ers match my contract sheet with Joel Embiid. So unfortunately, we can't do anything about that, but that's fine. Let me move Devin Booker back to shooting guard. That will be nice for us. So now we have Devin Booker at the shooting guard position. I'll trade Isaiah Thomas later because we're gonna have to move him for somebody that's not that's 27 or younger. The Thunder still has #1 offer. So let's see. Jabari Parker wants to come here. Let me see. How much player contract space do we have? 12 mil. So first thing, I'm gonna see if I can move Isaiah Thomas for somebody young. We have to look for somebody that's under 27. To be on the team. Eric Bledsoe and Ricky Rubio. I could bring 2 point guards back to the team. Colin Sexton is pretty beastly, but he's not going to work out. D'Angelo Russell might be the trade. That is a huge decline, though, in terms of a player, unfortunately. But it's not like I really have a choice because I want to get, obviously, I would keep him if I had a choice, but I need a player that's younger. So we're going to go to point guards, and it has to be somebody that is 27 or younger. Okay, I didn't know if this was going to go through, but I'm just going to show you the trade. We got DeMar freaking DeRozan. Okay, transaction report, Isaiah Thomas and that first rounder from the Hawks for DeMar DeRozan. It worked out because now we have a freaking beast who is 27 on the dot, so it works out because we got him while he was 27, so it's okay. So welcome to the team, DeMar freaking DeRozan. That was extremely hard. But we managed to do it, and we got DeMar DeRozan on the team. DeMar DeRozan can actually fill out any position in terms of what I want him to do, because he could actually play small forward if we really need him to. He's actually better at small forward, so that's going to work out, because now I'm going to have Kemba start at the point guard position, who's already super solid. We'll have Devin Booker, who's going to be our nice young shooting guard, and DeMar DeRozan's going to be there too, and obviously we have Kristaps Porzingis, and we still have Rudy Gobert. I like the look of this team. How much are we missing? 3 years, 70 mil, so that's like 22 mil. How much are we paying right now? So yeah, we're totally not gonna be able to afford Jabari Parker. So unfortunately, I'm going to decline him. Unfortunately, Chris Bosh, if he wants to come to the team for cheap. If any of these guys want to come for cheap, obviously I'll sign them and then I'll trade them. Pau Gasol is obviously like 1,000 years old, so that's not gonna work out for us. Dwayne Wade's asking for too much. Avery Bradley's asking for a lot too. Rudy Gay, Jimmy Lin, Dion Waiters, Chandler. None of these guys are, so I'm just gonna sign a couple old vets, and then I'll show you guys the trades if I get any of them, like anything serious, and I'll show you guys then. So we ended up signing Pau Gasol for 9 mil because we had a little bit of cap left. So I'm going to trade him to the Milwaukee Bucks in order to get Chris Middleton. Not only is Pau Gasol way too old for the team, he is going to decline significantly because I haven't actually simmed over free agency or the rest of what was remaining quite yet, because I wanted to trade Pau Gasol while he was still worth like 82 overall. The next move, is there anybody else I actually have to move? I think everyone else, yeah, everyone else fits the criteria of being young enough. We did sign Amir Johnson, and then I traded him for trades. Let's see, where is it? For Amir, we signed Amir Johnson. We traded him for Bobby Portis in the second rounder from the Los Angeles Lakers second rounder from the Bulls. I mean, and then we traded Deontay Davis so I could have enough cap to sign Pau Gasol. And now we're gonna simulate all the way to the next season. I'll see you guys then with exactly what the rosters look like, because I'm gonna give a couple of untapped potential camps out. Actually, since we're already here, I'm just gonna simulate there anyways. So let's go straight to the camps just so you guys can see it. Let's load the draft class. I have one saved for the 2019 picks anyway, since that is usually the second season, and that's basically the only season that really matters. The first 2 seasons are the only seasons that matter in terms of draft classes. So training camps, we have 2 untaps, so I'm gonna give one to Kristaps Porzingis, make sure he's an A+, and I'm gonna give the other to Devin Booker, and he goes up to an A. So that's nice for us. They're gonna develop pretty nicely, at least hopefully this season. I'm hoping that they're gonna be star caliber players. I'm going to have 2K sign anybody else they want to. So the rest of the team is looking pretty nice. We have Kemba Walker, Devin Booker, Mike Porter, Kristaps Porzingis, and Rudy Gobert. I don't want Mike Porter starting over DeRozan. 2K is crazy if they think I'm going to let that happen. 30 for him. And then I'm going to make sure that Rudy Gobert gets 30 as well. And then let's see here. We're going to need a guard for the bench, like a point guard. I want at least a nice backup point guard. I'm gonna make sure that Kemba gets 33. We don't really have a backup point guard, so I'm gonna make that happen. Josh Jackson, I'm gonna move him now that we don't really need him because we have Mike Porter coming off the bench. Josh Jackson has 2.5 star trade value too, so he should pick up somebody nice for us. Ty Lawson is too old. I need a point guard that is young enough. That is the one kind of like major factor. I want to see if I go to the Nets. D'Angelo Russell, if I give you Mike Porter, can I make this work? I will give you this first rounder in like a bunch of seconds, and I'll give you Josh Jackson. Screw it, I'll give you Josh Jackson and Mike Porter. Then you give us your worst player. Alright, you know what? Who's your small forward? You have James Johnson. You're gonna tell me you're set at small forward? What? Alright, whatever. Let's look at player finder. I want a nice backup point guard. You know what? I'm actually just gonna do a trade sim and see what, if Mike Porter can give us somebody like insanely good, I might just do that. I'm not gonna trade Kemba Walker if that's what they're thinking. DeAndre Ayton is a beast. Jamal Murray's a beast. Kyle Lowry is way too old, so none of those are good. Josh Jackson though, and like a 2021 first rounder. Can I get a point guard? Oh, for him, Tim Hardaway would be pretty solid, but I'm still looking for a point guard that's not 50 years old. Domantas Sabonis, Glenn Robinson, Terrence Jones, Trey Burke. You know what? We're just gonna go for the good old under 27. So let's go. I'll just do 26 just to be safe, and then we're gonna go down. Lonzo Ball has only 2.5 star trade value. Can I make this work? Give me that. And a second. Alright, so 2 seconds and a first with Josh Jackson in order to get Lonzo Ball, who's going to be the point guard for our bench. He's pretty solid, so that is going to be nice for us. DeRozan is still going to start over Mike Porter. They're crazy if they think otherwise. 32 for Rudy Gobert, and then we're going to make sure that Kemba gets at least 30 minutes. And then we're gonna make sure that the bench gets a little bit less. They're not. This is a nice bench. Don't get me wrong, but they're not worth taking all the minutes away from our starters. I'm gonna give DeRozan like 33, and that should be good enough for us. So that's gonna be the team. We're at 7% chemistry, so I'm gonna make sure that we are still on team chemistry, but we are good with that. That's a lot of trades. I realize a freak ton of them, like a billion trades. But it was good enough to get us DeRozan to be the starting small forward. So our team is Kemba Walker, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, Kristaps Porzingis, and Rudy Gobert. Then off the bench, we still have Mike Porter, Chris Middleton, Lonzo Ball, Bobby Portis, and Ivica Zubac. So the teams are pretty stacked. I'm going to be real. This is definitely a top 3 seed in the West. So I'm going to see you guys at the end of season awards with exactly where we place. And hopefully we can make a run at the Phoenix Suns' first ever championship. I'll see you guys then. So I'm 99% sure that I just broke 2K Simulator. We're doing Kemba Walker for Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton, obviously. Welcome to the team, Damian Lillard. Oh my god, this team is way too stacked. I don't care if I make a billion trades. When you get Damian Lillard and I get to have DeMar DeRozan on the same team through actual trades, not from like signing and anything like that, I think that's kind of freaking filthy. So obviously I'm going to get those guys their minutes. 33 is going to go to Rudy Gobert. Brandon Wright is the center for our bench. Let's see if I need to make any moves now. I think we need to do like one more move to grab a shooting guard for the bench. So I'm going to do a small move down here. We're going to do, I think Collins has some good value. So I might, yeah, he has like 1.5, which isn't like horrible value, but I need somebody young, obviously. Jaren Grant, I think he has a nice shot. It's not that great, actually. Somebody young has to be young. So Spencer Dinwiddie has an 85 open 3. Glenn Robinson has an 84, which isn't that great. Ian Clark, though, could definitely work out. I don't want to give up Bobby Portis, though. You know what? Actually, yeah, no, we already have another power forward, too, so I'll do that trade. So Glenn Robinson will be welcome to the team, obviously, but I did mostly that trade just so we could have Zach, or why did I say Zach? Ian Clark on the team. Zach Collins is who we gave up, but that should be a nice move. Let me make sure. So where is Ian Clark? He's going to go into the rotation at the 9th man. And then I'm going to move. Anyone I need to move, actually? Oh, no. Actually, we didn't have a power forward because Bobby Portis was that power forward. Alright, so I screwed up a little bit. We're just going to have CPU rebuild rotations for now. We're going to do one more trade. I realize they're doing a little bit too much, but I want to make sure that we kind of have one of each. So Kelly Olynyk is 26. He could be the power forward. Festus Ezeli's 28, a little bit too old. Dwayne Denman's a little too old as well. Bobby Portis, I can just bring him back. Okay, welcome back to the team, Bobby Portis. I don't know why they even wanted him then if they're just going to give him back for Glenn Robinson. Alright, whatever, 2K. I'm just going to let them figure out what they are doing. I'm not going to complain because our starting lineup is absolutely freaking filthy. I'm not going to complain. This team is way too stacked. If we don't win a championship, I'm going to be very upset. Obviously, Bobby Portis should be inserted. And yes, so we do have Ian Clark. I'd rather have Brandon Wright, though, be the center over Salah Majiri. Make sure he gets those minutes. And obviously, DeRozan is still going to start over Mike Porter. I don't care. He is the rookie that we just drafted, but DeRozan is still a 99 overall. I'm going to make sure that Rudy Gobert gets like 33 minutes. Devin Booker is nice there. Ian Clark has his minutes. So we're good with that. And now I am pretty sure this team is way too stacked to lose. So we're going to simulate all the way down to Season Awards. And I will see you guys there where we better finish as a top 3 seed or I'm going to be very, very upset. I will see you guys then. So here we are at the end of Season Awards where James Harden is MVP. Mitchell Robinson wins Rookie of the Year. Nicholas Batum is 6th Man of the Year. Defensive Player goes to Hassan Whiteside. And Tyus Jones is your most improved player. And Nate McMillan of the God tier Houston Rockets is Coach of the Year. Do we have anyone from the Suns on an NBA team? We had Damian Lillard on All NBA second team. I'll take it. Third, nobody. Defensive, nobody. I don't think we have any rookie. Oh wait, no, yeah we do. Obviously we have Mike Porter. Mike Porter makes it to All Rookie first team, so I'll take it. We're 55 and 27, was good enough for second in the Western Conference. I think we're only behind the Houston Rockets. Oh, actually we're behind the Cavs too. If we were in the West, or the East, this would be a different story. But Damian Lillard's, whoa, those are some crazy stats. 24 points, 10 assists a game, 4 boards. DeRozan had 20 points, 2 and 6 assists with 5 boards. Devin Booker had 15 and 6. Mike Porter had 14, 5, and 1 assist. That's not horrible numbers. Kristaps had 14 and 7 with 1.5 blocks, and Gobert had 10 and 12 with 2.5 blocks coming out of him. Even Ian Clark played out. Ian Clark actually balled out, considering he didn't get that many minutes. He had 7 points a game. Lonzo Ball had a nice 6 and 4, and Bobby Portis still did his job. So Majiri got 7 boards. I'll take that too, and he got a block a game. So that is not too bad. Let's look at the player stats. Damian Lillard is up to an 89. Rudy Gobert is for some reason like hella upset. It's probably because he's not getting that many minutes. He should definitely be getting more minutes. But DeRozan definitely needs some starting minutes. I'm gonna be real. And Gobert definitely needs to have at least 30. And Porzingis is gonna have 33. I like the rest of the minutes personally, so we'll leave it at that. We are up against the Portland Trailblazers, who we stole Damian Lillard away from. They only have Chris Middleton and Kemba now, and Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's a beast. Alright, so that's not a horrible team, but we could definitely handle them. Alright, it took us 6 games. I was actually a little bit worried for a little bit, like a second there. But we are up against the Golden State Warriors. Now this one is going to be a little bit more difficult. They have Kelly Olynyk now. Alright, well, I'm just going to have 2K fix the lineup, but I'm definitely going to have... no, actually I'll keep Mike Porter there, but Gobert definitely needs like 30 minutes. Like, at least 30 minutes from Gobert. 35, and then Devin Booker. No, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give DeRozan the extra 2 minutes. So we're gonna roll with that. Let's simulate the first game. Can we take it? Can we take it 2-0, please? Can we go 3-0? Okay, come on, 3-1. Can we beat them in 5? And we take out the Warriors in 5 games. I will take it. We're up against the Houston Rockets. Looks like they're probably the same team. Yeah, they're still the same team. They have Eric Gordon, who's now an 80 overall, but a 97 overall James Harden. I don't know if we're going to be able to handle... Oh, we take the first game. Can we go up 2-1, please? Can we please tie it up? 2-2? Can we go up 3-2? Game... Okay. So we get eliminated, but it wasn't that bad of a season, I'll be honest. James Harden wins Finals MVP. Let's go to league meetings. Reject everything here. Make sure that's good. Staff signing. Let's see if there's any good coaches that I might want to rehire. Oop. I'm sorry, man. Quinn Snyder, but the instant Greg Popovich becomes available, I will always sign him every single time. Let me make sure we don't lose Vincent. Alright, so we're going to go to team player options. See if we need to re-sign any of those. I don't even think we have a real rookie this year, so it doesn't matter. Lonzo Ball, obviously, we're going to give him an extension. Qualifying offers, every single one of these guys will get... Oh, that's actually a lot of people that we'd have to re-sign. Chris Stapps, Devin Booker, and Bobby Portis. We do have bird rights on all 3 of them, so that's not going to be a problem for me. Free agency. And, oh, shoot. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. We didn't win a championship, but let's go to free agency. Kawhi Leonard is available, but he's not looking to take a cheap offer, that's for sure. Who might? Marc Gasol is willing to take the minimum, but I will immediately have to trade him, but I'm going to do it because he's way too old to be signed, unfortunately. But we are his #1 offer. So let's see. Anyone else that I might want to re-sign? Goran Dragic. Dragic is willing to take the minimum as well. But unfortunately, I can't sign any of those guys. Well, like, I can sign them, but I can't, like, keep them on the team. That's what I mean. So we're just going to get all the guys with bird rights. Porzingis has an offer from the Timberwolves. He's not going to get that offer, though, because we're going to be his #1. I want to make sure that Chris Stapps and Devin Booker both come back to us, as well as Bobby Portis. So if 2K will load, we can actually grab Devin Booker and Bobby Portis as the last 2. And then I'm going to have to trade away... who is it? Marc Gasol, like, first thing. So Bobby Portis will sign you, and then Devin Booker will sign. And then anyone else willing to take a cheap contract? Dwight Howard's not. Thad Young, nope. JaVale McGee is asking for a lot of money, actually. Patrick Beverley, wow. Patrick Beverley was asking for 12 mil. Yeah, no. Wesley Matthews still asking for a lot of money. Tony Allen. I can't really resign any of these guys, so I'm just gonna have 2K do it for me. We're going to go now to training camps, and I'm actually going to see you guys at the beginning of the next season with exactly what the roster is going to look like, and what trades I'll find for Marc Gasol. See you guys then. Alright, so this is the only solid deal that really came up for Marc Gasol, which is Darius Garland and Thon Maker. So I'm just going to do this. It's going to increase the depth of the bench. I didn't want to do that because, honestly, if I had a choice, I wouldn't have traded Marc Gasol in the first place, but we needed to get rid of him just because he was too old. Let's check what the lineup is looking like. So obviously we have Rudy Gobert, Lonzo Ball starting over Damian Lillard. Yeah, I'm okay with that. In the sense of no, he's definitely not going to be starting over Damian Lillard. Mike Porter might get 32 minutes. Thon Maker's there. Darius Garland is a point guard for the bench. I don't know how I feel about that. He's only like 6'1". Let's see if I can move him for a shooting guard. Him and like a first rounder. If I can move him for a shooting guard, that'll work out pretty nicely. Alec Burks is 27, so he wouldn't be over at least. Georges Papagiannis is okay, but I don't want to give up Bobby Portis. Oh, I have no choice though, so I'm not going to do that. Terrence Ferguson is not a horrible deal, I don't think. Yeah, he's a nice open 3, so I'm just going to do this. We will trade that, grab Terrence Ferguson. He'll be a nice shooting guard for the bench, and that should be the last trade that I really want to do in terms of backup players. Let me make sure. Yeah, no one else that's really super old is going to get any minutes, so we're going to have it like that. Lonzo Ball is not going to have the starting minutes, and Rudy Gobert definitely needs to have at least 32 minutes. And DeRozan, I'm still going to have DeRozan start over Mike Porter, so we're going to give him 31, that's okay. And I'm going to give 32 to both of these guys. The bench is looking super solid because we have a lot of 80s on this team. I don't think this team should like ever lose. Let's be real. The team is pretty stacked. So let's look at power rankings just in case. We're ranked number 3, 6, and 3. Like, okay, all right, 2K. I'm gonna simulate now all the way to trade deadline. I don't think there's any moves that I'm gonna make, so I'll see you guys then with exactly what the team is. I'll probably actually see you at the end of season awards. I'll see you guys then. And here we are at the end of season awards where LeBron James wins MVP with 23 points, 9 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Marvin Bagley III wins Rookie of the Year with 17 points, 10 boards, 1.5 steals, 3 blocks. Emmanuel Quickley is 6th Man of the Year, and Kawhi Leonard wins Defensive Player with 8 boards, almost 4 steals in a block game. And Jahlil Okafor is your Most Improved Player over on the Pistons. 12 points basically and 7 boards, 1.5 blocks. And Sidney Lowe of the Trailblazers is your Coach of the Year with a 59-23 record. Do we have any Suns on an All-NBA team? It doesn't really look like it. Josh Jackson's on All-NBA third team. Do we have maybe not even defensive? I don't think we have any rookies. Yes, that's not going to affect us. We were 53-29, which is good enough for actually 4th in the conference, weirdly enough. We were 6 games behind the Trailblazers, and that would have put us 6 games behind the Eastern Conference Cavaliers. These are player stats on the season. Devin Booker was leading us in points with 19 points. Even DeRozan had 19. He had 6 assists coming out of him too. He's at 92 overall now. I guess he's going pretty hype. Damian Lillard had 15 and 8. Chris Stapps had 15 and 7. Porter had 12 points, 13 points and 6 boards. Gobert had 11 and 2.5. Lonzo Ball had a nice 7 and 4 assists. We have a lot of players here, but we don't have we don't really have that many role players. Gobert's a little bit tired, but I'm going to do Damian Lillard. Definitely has to be there. We're going to give Gobert like 32, and I'm going to give some more minutes to DeRozan. So I'm going to have, actually, I'm going to do, usually people, I understand we're not supposed to, most people don't like this, but I'm actually going to do this for DeRozan, Lillard, and Devin Booker. And we're going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder in our first game. Can we please, alright, I'm going to take it off. I guess it does not working out, so I'm just going to do no preference, no preference, no preference. I'm just going to have 2K. Alright, 2K says this is what we're supposed to do, so I'm going to simulate the first game. If we get swept, alright, we better come back. We better come back to a Game 7. Alright, 2K, I get it. Eliminate me in the first round, whatever. It's cool. The Oklahoma City Thunder up against the Trailblazers, and it's the Warriors against the Wizards. As the Warriors win, Stephen Curry is your Finals MVP. I don't know how this roster didn't win. Like, this roster is absolutely filthy. You're looking at DeMar DeRozan, Damian Lillard, Kristaps Porzingis, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Michael Porter, Lonzo Ball, Thon Maker, Bobby Portis, Terrence Ferguson, Trey Burke, Solomon Hill, Ben McLemore, RG Goodwin. Obviously, those guys down there didn't get any minutes, but these guys up here, this is an absolutely stacked team. This is like basically all 80s was the starting lineup, or it was either 80s or higher. We have like high 80s for most of the roster, and somehow we still didn't win. I guess I'm cursed by 2K. I didn't even do that. I basically didn't do any trades in the last season, so I have no idea what's going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe if you'd like as well. If there's a team you want to see me rebuild in the next video or a specific challenge, feel free to leave that down in the comments below, and I will try and do the challenge. Unfortunately, I'm cursed by 2K. They don't want me to win because look at this freaking filthy of a team, stacked of a team. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you then.